Hey, it's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A number 108. So, of course, this is going to be a big one. We're going into episode 5 of season 9, the big one, and we're going to get to see, what happens to Rick. Of course, we did kind of see it in the last episode. And one thing that I do want to mention quickly before we jump into the questions here. So last week there was a lack of videos. As some of you might know, I was traveling, so I couldn't do a lot of videos. I tried to do a bit, but I couldn't do a lot. But in terms of the reaction to the episode, last episode, that will probably not be uploaded because I didn't do a reaction. I did watch the episode, I just didn't do a reaction for it. But other than that, I did do the trailer breakdown for the next episode. But in terms of videos that remain, I will try to get them out on Saturday. That would only be like the predictions for the next episode and the review of the last episode. So those two I will try to upload Saturday. And of course we have another Q&A Saturday. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I should be back on schedule for next week. And this one, for this Q&A, I might need to rush it a little bit. We'll go for only half an hour. Let's do that because I do have to run somewhere after this Q&A. So let's do this one for half an hour and let's not waste any more time. I will jump right into the questions here. Kevin Vlogs says, hey, glad you could join. Ronnie Thomas also says, hey, glad you could join as well. Kevin Vlogs, I saw a leaked photo. Please don't share it. This is a no leaked spoilers community. So just keep that to yourself. Please don't share it. Leon Nordberg says, hello, glad you could join. Kevin Vlogs, someone's face looks sad and there is Michonne. Yeah, don't talk about spoilers, please, because, yeah, this is a no spoiler community. Kevin Vlogs, yeah, just don't talk about the spoilers that you saw, because you keep talking about that here, so I'm going to skip that question. Leonard Perez, I hate spoilers. Same here, I do as well. So I should be caught up, and yeah, we should be good to go for new questions, but no spoilers. Please don't share any of your spoilers, or not your spoilers, but any spoilers that you know, because this is a no spoiler community. Thank you. I appreciate it if you don't let me know anything about the episode, because I haven't seen it, and I don't want to see it until I see it. You know what I mean? I don't want things spoiled for me. Kevin Vlogs, do you think there will be a time skip? Yes, it was confirmed that there's going to be a long time skip, maybe 4 or 5 years, after the events of Season 9, Episode 5. So whatever happens in this next episode, we will see a time skip after that. So whatever happens to Rick, whether he leaves or dies or gets injured, whatever the case may be, we're going to see a time skip after that. And when we come back in Episode 6, it's going to be after like 4 or 5 years time. I think 5 years, but no, I've heard anything from 4 years to 6 years, so I don't know, but more like somewhere around 5 years time skip. So that's been confirmed already. Kevin Vlogs, I don't know, but my friend told me the description about 9.6. Can I tell you? Has that been shared? I don't think that's been shared. So don't tell me because I want to wait to see what it is when they actually release it officially. So don't tell me if it's not been officially released. And I don't think it's been officially released. So don't tell me, please. And then you say, okay. Yeah, just if there's anything that's not official, I don't want to know about it. It's just as simple as that. But yeah, just to kind of go back to what I was saying initially, since there's no questions here, do expect the predictions for 906 and the review for 905 on Saturday. I'll release both of them on Saturday. Of course, I missed a couple videos. I think that was pretty much it. I don't think I missed anything else. I wasn't going to do a review and a predictions because I missed it, but I'll do a quick one. It's going to be like maybe 5 minutes, maybe less than that. I will try to keep it very short, very high level. I don't want to go in details because the episode is going to air Sunday, so it doesn't make sense for me to be predicting an episode that's going to be, airing the next day. You know what I mean? Usually what I do with predictions is I do it ahead of time so that we have time to discuss. But because I missed it, I'm not going to spend too much time on it and do a very detailed one. Same with the review. I think even if I didn't miss it, my review would have been very, very quick because there wasn't really a lot in the episode to talk about, to review, but I'll do both of those on Saturday, and of course we will have our next live stream Q&A on Saturday at 1 p.m. For those of you that might have missed this one. So do look out for those videos on Saturday. Leon Newtburist, there are rumors that Morgan's son is coming back in the finale of season 9. Those are not rumors. Those are, I guess you could say they're rumors, but they come from IMDb mostly because the actor that plays Morgan's son is cast, or not cast, but is set to appear in the finale, which is not accurate because, not accurate, but IMDb is not reliable when it comes to those stuff. And I've talked about that before. So if we're just going with what is there on IMDb, I wouldn't say that's reliable whatsoever. So yeah, I wouldn't really dive into it until it's officially confirmed. And actually, yeah, last couple of days, I wasn't actually able to do any videos where I'm on camera or I'm talking, so I did kind of text-based videos for the trailer breakdown. I hope you guys actually like that. I tried to make it as interesting and as cool as possible without me actually talking. And also, I did do a tribute to Rick for his final episode. It's not a full tribute, it's just a final episode tribute. If you're interested in that, definitely check it out. I had fun making it, so I think it turned out pretty well, but you might actually enjoy that. So check it out as well if you're interested. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, I know how episode 5 ends, but I'm not saying anything. That's great. Thank you for not revealing it because it's a spoiler, because the episode hasn't aired. So I appreciate it. Thank you for not sharing with us. One thing I do want to say quickly about, I guess, the trigger for Rick's final moments or final send-off, I didn't quite like it. I mean, I know what they were trying to do, mirroring his that scene with him in the pilot, with him falling from the horse. In the pilot, he doesn't fall. He controls the horse and they just ride off. But I know what they were trying to do with them mirroring that, but I just think that's a horrible death for Rick. If that's how he goes, even if it's just the start, I don't like it. I mean, it's just too underwhelming for him to go that way. I know they probably didn't want to have anyone really kill him because then, that would be a big decision and that would be like, who should kill him? And then what kind of death should that person receive for it to be worth it or for it to make sense? So I get all of that, but I just don't agree with what they did. I mean, they could have done his death a little bit differently. It was a little underwhelming for me with him falling on the pike, or the pole, whatever you want to call it. But I'll jump into more detail for that in the review. Leon Nordbrus, 10-year-old Judith, you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think if Rick does survive, will he return? If he survives, then obviously the door is open for him to return anytime in the future, right? As long as the story is right, as long as Andrew Lincoln wants to come back. And I'm not against that idea. I've talked about this before. The only problem I have with an open-ended story for Rick is that it's going to take away from other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, going forward, if Rick's story is open-ended, any mystery, anything that could be connected to Rick coming back fans are immediately going to jump on that, and that's in a way going to ruin the enjoyment of the mysteries that they're trying to build. You know what I mean? And it's like we can't really enjoy something for what it is, a mystery or a storyline for what it is, without having to connect it to Rick somehow. And that's why it gets kind of frustrating for me, because I feel like that's going to happen. We can't get around that. There are going to be a lot of fans that are going to do that. And it's going to get repetitive and kind of frustrating to keep kind of rationalizing why something is not connected to Rick coming back. So because of that, I think Rick's open-ended story would have more harm than good. You know what I mean? Long term, it's good because Rick is back and things are back to normal in a way. But it's bad because of what I just said. Because it's going to take away from some of the other stories that they're trying to build, which could possibly be connected to Rick somehow, coming back. But I will get into that more when we know more. You know what I mean? When I actually see the episode, when I see what happens. If Rick's story is open-ended, I will do a standalone video where I talk about, you know, whether it works, whether it doesn't work, what the problems are, what's good about it, and I'll cover all of that in a separate video when we actually see 905. You know what I mean? When it's aired. So I'll jump into that more, but just you know, what I'm feeling right now, I don't like it. If it's open-ended, it's even worse. But at the moment, whatever happens in 905, what happened with Rick dropping on the horse and all of that, or from the horse, dropping from the horse and all of that, I don't like it. I mean, it's not good enough for Rick. It would be pretty nice for someone else maybe, but for Rick, I don't buy it. I don't think it works for Rick. Or I don't think it's a good send-off for Rick. I don't think it's a deserving death. You know what I mean? Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you see Negan having a bigger role in the second half of season 9? I do, to an extent. Couple of things. One is Negan is, I would say, a kind of a bigger character than he was in the comics. Because of what Jeffrey Dean Morgan has done to the Negan character, he's become somewhat of a popular character, even a bit more, in my opinion, than the comic counterpart, but that's one reason. So that's one reason why I think he will definitely get more time in the second half, and also because of the storyline that's coming up with the new villains and everything, he should be getting a bit more. But other than that, the second main reason is that Rick is not going to be there. So one way or another, other characters are going to be focused on, and Negan is definitely going to be one of those characters. Brad Lurie, Rick survives episode 5. I hope that's not a spoiler, because if it is, then, you know, I'm not happy. I hope that's not a spoiler. This is a no-spoiler community. Again, for those of you that don't know, no spoilers, please. This is a no-spoiler community, so we try to go without any spoilers. And you said something about how the episode airs or ends, and I'm going to remove that right away. I haven't even read it. I'm going to remove that right away. Yeah, Epic Zombie Killer, no spoilers, dude. Yeah, please, no spoilers. So, yeah, I'll block you if I see anything else. But thankfully, I didn't read that completely. But that was a spoiler, definitely. But, you know, this might even be a spoiler. It probably is, but whatever. At this point, what can you do? I keep saying no spoilers in the chat, in the comments, but what can you do? But again, please no spoilers. And we'll try to keep going without that spoiler having an impact on us, I guess. Right now, it kind of does impact it for me because now I'm going into the episode kind of knowing, but I'm gonna skip past that because there's really nothing I can do about this at this point. But yeah, please no spoilers in the comments or the chat. I might actually have to, yeah, remove that one as well, just in case someone doesn't see it right away when they just join. I don't want it to be spoiled for them as well. Assuming, again, that was a spoiler, because I don't know. Alright, we are 17 minutes in. So, like I said at the start, we'll go for 30 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to push this one for much longer because I do have to get going in about half an hour, so or about 20 minutes. So, yeah, we'll go for only half an hour Q&A live stream this time. And the Saturday one, I will definitely do a longer one. Two reasons for that. One is because I'm making this a bit shorter, and second, I missed the last Q&A on last Saturday, so because of that, I'm making the Q&A live stream for tomorrow a bit longer. Yeah, so hopefully more people can join, and hopefully there will be no spoilers there. But we'll go for about 15 more minutes for this live stream here. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, how big of a role do you see Oceanside playing in the second half? Oceanside, I mean, they already got a sort of a big role in the first half, so yeah, I don't think they'll get much of a bigger role in the second half, mostly because we're going to be moving past that savior stuff, I would think. And we're going to dive more into the new story arc, which are the new villains. And potentially a new group that's going to be coming up other than the villains. For comic readers, you know who I mean. But because of that, I don't think they'll get much more. And yeah, but they will be there, most likely in the background still. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think AMC will renew The Walking Dead for season 10? I think they already did. Maybe not, but I think they did. But yeah, I think they'll renew for season 10. I think they're going to continue renewing for more seasons. It's just, the question is whether the show will be up to standards at that point. You know what I mean? I've said that before. The show will still be there. It's just that the quality may not be what it is right now or what it once used to be. 22 Savage says hi. Hi, how are you? Glad you could join. It's Wiz. Oh, I remember you. Welcome back. So we'll go for 10 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and that's going to be it. 22 Savage, is Rick going to make it? Difficult to say. I've mixed feelings. There's a lot of things pointing towards him actually surviving because of the Jadis or Anne stuff with the helicopter, and everything pointing to the fact that he might, or Rick might be taken as a prisoner somehow. But also, there are other things that lead us to believe that he's dead. You know what I mean? It's difficult to say at this point. I'm 50-50 at this point. That being said, let me actually go back. I did do a poll last week. There's actually 3 more days left. You can still participate. It's on Twitter. The link of my Twitter is in the description. You can go and participate if you want. But the question I made was, do you think, or do you like how Rick's death is being handled? Yes or no? And 79% of the people are saying no, and 21% are saying yes. And I'm with those people, or the first group of people. I don't think that his death is being handled right, if it is truly a death. But just to go back to your question, is he going to make it? I'm 50-50 on it. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, when do you see Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 releasing on DVD and Blu-ray? I'm not sure. Usually they do it at the same time. So whatever date was that they did it last year, it would be the same. I don't think that changes. So I might check and let you know later if you're interested in that. But they should release it on the same schedule, I would think. All right, we have 24 minutes, or we are 24 minutes in. We have five more minutes. Wait, yeah, 5 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A. So yeah, 5 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and that's it for this Q&A. Join us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, for another live stream Q&A. That'll be a longer one, maybe an hour, maybe a bit longer. So yeah, and also stay tuned for those 2 videos that I talked about, predictions for 906 and review of 905 on Saturday. So 5 more minutes, we'll go for 5 more minutes, and that'll be the end. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, I hope Rick does survive because I don't want him to die. Same here, but I've already talked about why I don't want to see that, you know what I mean? If he comes back, that's great. And I guess we're going to have to work around the other issues that are going to rise that I talked about before. Animated Alex says hello. Hello, glad you could join. Another thing that I do want to mention, if you have a question and you can't, and I'll actually talk about this in another standalone video as well. But if there's a question that you want answered and you can't make it to any of our live stream Q&As, feel free to ask those questions on Twitter. Just leave your questions on Twitter, on the of my Twitter, link in the description, and I will be answering those questions in the next stream as well. So that's one way you can do it. The other way is on the Facebook. There's a Facebook page for the channel. Link is also on the description. Go there, ask your questions there as well if you want. So those two spots, Twitter and Facebook, will be kind of separate alternatives for you to ask your questions if you can't join us live during the Q&As here. And of course, you can put it in the comments of other videos, even this video, and I might grab those as well. But, you know, I'll try to just keep it to Twitter and Facebook, and videos for live stream Q&As. Those will be your kind of sources for where you can leave questions. Other videos, I might not really see it because I don't really have time to read all the questions or comments. So if you leave it on if you leave your questions on previous live stream Q&A videos, I will be answering them in the next live stream. If you leave them on Twitter, same thing. On Facebook, same thing. Okay, let's answer the last couple questions here. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, if Rick does survive, will the show get popular again? Yes, I believe so. If they continue doing what they're doing, Season 9 has been epic so far, for the most part. So if they keep doing what they're doing, I do think so. I do think that the show will get back to its popularity. Maybe it's not going to be as popular as what it used to be, but it's going to be close to it. Animated Alex, do you think Daryl and Sydney could get together because they're setting it up? Daryl and Sydney, or Cindy. I don't see them setting anything up between them. I don't know what scene you're specifically talking about. Let me know which scene so I can kind of think about it, but right off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that they've set up for those two characters. So, yeah, but if they build it up, then Daryl could potentially get into a relationship with anyone, just about anyone. But it has to feel right. There has to be, it shouldn't be rushed. It has to feel genuine, and there has to be chemistry between the two characters, right? Epic Zombie Killer, yeah, because if Rick dies, I feel it'll kill the show. I do agree with you on that for the most part. There are definitely ways they could make it work without Rick. It's just, it's going to be extremely difficult, you know what I mean? "22 Savage," there's a picture of the description to episode 6 where it says something. Yeah, no spoilers, please. I don't know how else I can say it. No spoilers. If it's something that hasn't been officially released, please do not share it. I will remove this one as well. I mean, at this point, I kind of know now, because two people already kind of said it, that, or what happens with Rick, but please, no spoilers. Like, I don't know how else to tell you guys. Epic Zombie Killer, by the way, Ash, that promo for episode 5 was amazing. Absolutely. That was one of the best promos I've seen in a long, long time. Animated Alex, there's been a lot of interactions with them. Yes, there has been, but it hasn't been interactions that kind of suggest them getting together. You know what I mean? Like, it still feels forced if they do it. At least for me. 22 Savage, yeah, I don't know if it's actually official. I don't think it would be. Like, from what you said, and I kind of read it because it was right there, they wouldn't release that officially until we see episode 5, right? Or unless we see it. That's why they haven't released it up to this point. And I don't think they had now. So, yeah, I don't think that was official, what you commented there. But two people have already brought it up. Things that point towards Rick surviving. You know what I mean? What you said, and someone said something else earlier on. So, yeah, I don't know what to do with spoilers in chat. It might even get to a point where I'm not even going to do any more live stream Q&As because of these spoilers. Or I might get more mods that kind of look through and, you know, clear the chat to make sure there's no spoilers. There's already a mod. Epic Zombie Killer is a mod for the channel. So he can go and remove or hide or whatever any comments. So I do kind of want him to do that as well for Saturday if you can join Epic Zombie Killer, because that'll make it easier. That way, you know, it won't be spoiled for people. It seems like you already know what happens in the next episode, so it wouldn't be spoiled for you, which is great. So if you can, join us Saturday, Epic Zombie Killer, and kind of read through the comments as soon as they come out, and make sure to remove them if they have any spoilers in them. Alright, we'll go for another minute here, because I do have to get going. 22 Savage 999 Gaming brought it up in a video. Yeah, there are definitely spoiler channels. Nothing against that. It's just not part of this channel. This channel has no spoilers. Animated Alex, I think Rick will survive the season. Yeah, it's very likely from what I've heard so far. Alright, so that's it for this live stream Q&A. Epic Zombie Killer, I will also post this stream on Facebook. Thank you, I appreciate it. And yeah, if you can, I'll appreciate it if you can join us tomorrow for Epic Zombie Killer. If you can specifically join me during the live stream so you can kind of review the chat because you are a mod. But yeah, that's it for this live stream Q&A. Thank you everyone for joining and asking questions. Hopefully I'll see all of you again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time during the next live stream Q&A. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming up. Epic Zombie Killer by Ash, have a great day. Thank you. Have a great day. And yeah, thank you everyone for your support and asking questions. I'll see you guys later.